Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Amira Nabila binti Mazlan and I am from Faculty of Information Science in University Teknologi Mara from Negeri Sembilan branch Rembau campus. This video is about grouping assignment of bibliometric analysis on green libraries, and it is prepared for Madam Nur Hidayah binti Nasharuddin, and it is prepared by my group members. It is Muhammad Luqman bin Yusuf, Muhammad Nuriman bin Dahalan, and Nur Anis Hazwani binti Abdul Sani. Now, let's continue to the introduction part.
First of all, before we start, let's introduce our group members. First, my name is Muhammad Luqman bin Yusuf. Then we have Muhammad Nuriman bin Dahalan, Nur Anis Hazwani binti Abdul Sani, and Nur Amira Nabila binti Mazlan.
So now, let's continue with the introduction part. So what is bibliometric? Bibliometric is a quantitative method used to analyze academic publications such as journals, books, and research papers using bibliographic data. So this analysis involving the use of statistical and mathematical methods that have become essential tools in this field to enable the professionals to study the impact and productivity of the researchers through the evaluation of research trends and inform various decision-making processes. And for these assignments, our group needs to make a bibliometric analysis based on the topic of green libraries. So green libraries is a libraries that promotes environmental, economic, and social sustainability. For example, the sustainability of green libraries is a green buildings and equipment, green office principles, and sustainable economy. And for these data sources in this assignment that we need to use is Corpus and Web of Science. It is because both databases are reliable and trusted academic databases that is provide high quality scholarly publications and bibliometric tools for analysis. For example, Scopus is a subscription database for bibliographic sources that is maintained by Elsevier. This database comprises over 23,000 sources with different tools of bibliometric analysis. On the other hand, the Web of Science sources are also subscription database citations that are measured by Clarivate Analytics. The databases comprises over 21,000 sources with access to over 75 million records that date back to the year 1900. And for the search strategy in these assignments, we are required to use the advanced search technique that is using Boolean operators such as and, or, not, and moreover, we need to filter the publication years from 2019 to 2026. For example, the keywords that we use in these assignments are green libraries and waste management.
In this slide, I will show how to use Corpus by methods. The first method is using Boolean operator. Alright. The first of all, Boolean operator are a core search strategy that help us refine the result in academic databases. The three main operators are and, or, and not. Their purpose is simple: to either narrow down or broaden the scope of the search. By using them, we can define specific relationships between keywords. This method is based on George Bool's mathematical principle, which allow us to retrieve both precise and diverse data. For example, in our group project, we use the AND operator to combine specific terms. This give us targeted results that were highly relevant to our topic. And now, the part 2, how to use Corpus step by step. The first of all is navigate to the university library portal or directly to the Scopus search engine. Enter your primary keyword into the search box that have been given in the Scopus. Use advanced filter such as publication years, subject area, or document type to refine your search. Apply Boolean logic such as and, or, and not to the filter through the database more effectively. For example, digital wellness and social media. In this slide, is the following picture of the interface of Scopus and search option. Okay, the first picture is the interface of Scopus that we can get inside it between the search engine or the library website. And the second page, the second image is the search option that we can choose between the basic search or the advanced search that can we operate the Boolean operator such as and, or, and not, right? Alright, in this slide, it showed the prison diagram to manage the search of Scopus that we need to find the relevant result of the relevant article about the search. Alright, the first one of the prison diagram is identification, and the second is screening, the third one is the eligibility, and the fourth one is included. The purpose of the prison diagram is to narrow down the search topic or the search scope to find a relevant or a good and a great article or material for the search scope.
Next, what is Web of Science? Web of Science is a database that usually being used by lecturers and students to do an article research. Why they use Web of Science? This is because Web of Science often giving out more detailed data compared to other database, and it is a user-friendly database because of the interface that is easily being used by a new people. For example, like students that never understand what is database, they use Web of Science and they can understand it easily. That is why they prefer to use Web of Science. Next, on how you want to use Web of Science. First of all, you need to go to Google or any other search engine that you have in your laptop or computer. Next, you need to search on Permata website, which is after you search the Permata website, it will instantly bring you to all the results, which is, as you can see in the picture, you can see that the result will come out, and you need to search for Permata libraries. After you click on Permata libraries, it will instantly bring you to the Permata interface, where as you can see the yellow box right there, where you need to click it and enter your student ID and password, and it will bring you to Permata library interface. After you click on the yellow box, it will instantly bring you to Permata library interface. After that, you need to go to the dashboard on top of the Permata interface, and then you click on it and a lot of results will come out. One of them is online resources, and you need to click on the online resources, and then there's more results will come out. One of them is online database. You click on the online database and it will instantly bring you to a lot of database result that is being subscribed by UiTM. Next, after you do the step that is being explained before, a lot of result of database that is being subscribed by UiTM, for example like SCS or CLJ, will come out. To find Web of Science, you just need to scroll down a little bit, and that's where you can find Web of Science. Next, after you click on Web of Science on online database results that has a lot of database, it will instantly bring you to Web of Science interface, where you need to just click on advanced search to search for the results that you want. That will give a lot of more detailed data compared to the normal search, and you just need to put the keywords that you want to search for. For example, like green libraries and waste management. Next, for Web of Science prism of diagram, there is 4 steps, which is identification, screening, eligibility, and also included. For identification, the records are being identified through the database, and for screening, after the results that is being identified, it will show you, it will give you the results on the screen. For eligibility, it also will check the text, full text, which is after it check the full text, it will show the results too on the screen. And for included, it include some languages, for example like English.
And now let's look at how author activity differs between Scopus and Web of Science. In Scopus, there's 4 authors. Each of them recorded 3 publications, making them the most active and recognizable contributor in research area. This highlights Scopus' ability to identify leading authors and show clear patterns of productivity. And in Web of Science, all authors have 1 publication each. This means there is no clear leading author in the topic. Instead, Web of Science presents a more balanced but limited picture of author contribution. So, the difference of the Scopus and Web of Science, Scopus provide a sharper view of who the leading voices are in the field. But Web of Science, on the other hand, offers a more even distribution of results, but without highlighting standout contributor. Next, let's compare country-level contribution between Scopus and Web of Science. In Scopus, China emerged as the top contributor, followed by the UK, India, and also US. Scopus also show wider country coverage overall, with a larger number of applications across different regions. This makes Scopus particularly useful for identifying global research trends. In Web of Science, the number of applications is smaller and the coverage is more limited. China is still the main contributor, but fewer countries are represented compared to Scopus. This shows that the Web of Science provide a more selective snapshot for research activity. And the difference of the Scopus and Web of Science, Scopus offers broader coverage and highlight global diversity in the research, but the Web of Science provide the most detailed result, focusing fewer countries.
Next, I will explain to you about the year of publication of Scopus and Web of Science. Based on the Scopus data, the number of publications on green libraries and waste management has been increasing steadily from 2021 to 2025. This trend shows it started with about 60 articles in 2021 and reached over 125 articles in 2025. This shows that more researchers are paying attention to this topic. The drop in 2026 is likely because the year is still ongoing, so only a few articles have been indexed for the year. For the Web of Science, the number of publications per year is generally lower, and the chart bar is less consistent. Some years like 2019 and 2024 show the higher contribution, while other years have only a few articles only. This shows that the Web of Science covers the relevant studies. Its coverage is smaller than compared with the Scopus. The pool database shows that research on the green libraries and waste management is increasing. This means more people are interested in sustainable and eco-friendly practices in libraries. Scopus and Web of Science give a clear idea how the research has grown over the year. Okay, next I will explain to you about the organization of Scopus and Web of Science. The Scopus data shows that some institutions have published more articles on green libraries and waste management than others. Leading the list are the University of Hong Kong and the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, each which the 6th article. Close behind are the institutions like the Ministry of Education of China, City University of Hong Kong, Chinese Academy of Science, and University College London, all with a 5 article. Malaysian universities such as University Science Malaysia and University Kebangsaan Malaysia, as well as King Saud University and National Technical University of Athens. Each contribute 4 articles. Web of Science data shows that a fewer articles overall and a more spread out distribution. The Chinese Academy of Science is the top contributor here with 2 articles, while most the other institutions like Beijing University, Amir Khabar University of Technology, and BMS College of Engineering have only 1 article each. Looking at the booth chart, it is clear that the Chinese Academy of Science appears in the proof database. However, Scopus shows more concentrated research activity, especially in universities from Hong Kong and Malaysia, compared to the similar numbers in Web of Science. As I continue my explanation about the funding sponsor of Scopus and Web of Science. In Scopus, the highest funding sponsor is supported by a small number of major organizations, such as the National Natural Science Foundation, because the total number of the funded document by this organization was the 30 documents. Then it is followed by the second organization that has funded 15 documents, and it's from the National Key Research and Development of Program. There are other funding bodies have a fewer publication for the funding sponsor that make it more limited for the number of document results. Meanwhile, in Web of Science, the result shows that all the sponsors of the documents are equal for each organization. This result indicates that there is no single funding organization that dominates research output in this database for the selected keywords. Moreover, the number of documents sponsored by each organization is only one document. Overall, this highlights the Scopus has a clear insight of the result because it has a dominant funding sponsor that can be seen through the static based on the result analysis. However, Web of Science provides lesser results compared to the Scopus because of the database indexing practices, funding acknowledgement coverage, and reporting standard.
In conclusion, both Web of Science and Scopus contain their own advantages. For example, Scopus is more focused on novel trends, while Web of Science is focused more on higher impact journals, and Scopus also focus more on diverse and growth topics, while Web of Science focus more on global research. So both sides contain their own advantage, and if we combine both of them, it will give out better results if we use both of databases to do the article research or our assignments. That's all. Thank you.